Let's do this!
Welcome welcome all to the greatest show about mead and cheese in the
Let's
entire
do
universe.
this!
Let's go, folks.
It's mead and cheese.
You might need to turn my mic down, it's really loud.
I think you're just really loud, Maddie.
Hello.
Jesus Christ.
We're all suffering from COVID-19 in this.
We
definitely are not.
We definitely are not. I'm keeping far away from DJ Cheese over there.
No, I'm just joking.
I really hope so.
I hope so too.
Just watch as Maddie meets us from across the room.
So,
Oh.
you were just listening to Moments of
I'll
Madness.
fix it now.
You are now
it's
listening
fixed
to Mead and Cheese.
Mead and cheese.
You are now listening to Mead and Cheese, and you've got 2 hours of this. So
Good luck.
go make
2
yourself a
hours
cup
of
of tea.
silliness.
We'll put a song in a minute, so you can go make yourself a cup of tea. Get a biscuit. Get a glass of mead. Get a toasty. Get a hog roast kicking off.
Get an ice cream. Yeah,
Bing-a-ling.
thank you, John.
Yeah. And you know what? Enjoy, because there's one thing I like.
Is it mead?
Or is it ice cream? Bing-a-ling.
Cheese.
Imagine a cheese ice cream.
A cheese
There
ice
will
cream.
be a cheese ice cream out there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I'm sure it has been.
Let's do a little bit of research about cheese ice creams, and then we'll make
I mean, technically gelato counts.
your
Yes.
gelato.
Cream. There's cream cheese ice cream from
Oh,
Taste
yeah.
of Home.
Technically a
4.7
cheesecake.
stars. Cheesecake, yeah. What's that? Queso? Is that?
When,
I don't know, it's
when
Oh,
I
no,
mean
jelly
cheese ice
icing.
cream, I want it to taste like cheese, not like a cream.
Anyway,
No crumb cheesecake.
what is the one thing you like, Tom?
There's not one thing I like. There's many things I like.
Theresa May
Theresa May
and a lovely little walk.
and a lovely little what? She does have a walk.
She has a nice little jig.
Don't
when
you mean
she
a
walks.
strut?
Strut is a better word for
Technically.
it, I think. Yeah.
Strutting through the wheat fields.
Mm.
She do be slaying that wheat field.
What is she doing nowadays? After
She's
she
still an
resigned?
MP.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Where's
on the
Lou?
House
Lou's meant to be on this show.
Lou?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be in
Where
tonight.
is Lou?
She asked us a guest on it last night.
Yeah, we also had Ryan say he would guest tonight.
Oh, no, don't say that. Don't you say his name 3 times, he will turn up.
Ryan,
And also,
Ryan.
he's no longer the Ryan the 80s guy, he's Ryan the 90s guy now.
He's actually Ryan, the late 20th century guy.
Yeah. The classical period.
AKA
Crazy.
Tom's boyfriend. So
This is not true. I
did
will say
it,
I'm sorry.
did Ryan's face light up when we start talking about Tom Gibbs?
He started blushing a bit, I think.
Yeah.
I'm a little
that
bit embarrassed.
I'm sure that everyone's face would light up if you started talking about me, right?
I do.
Right, Matt?
I mean,
right,
when
Tom's
your
got my
Gilet's
back.
mentioned, then yeah, because then I get to rip in it.
If you rip my gilet, I'm going to invoice you for a new one.
Well,
I'm
to be
not
fair,
even joking.
to be fair, you might be able to pay for your accommodation if you do. So
I
like,
might do. Yeah, I'm not even going to buy a new one. Just that fit, like however much they cost. I think this was about 50, 60 quid.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Seriously?
Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Crash. But yeah, the invite. I'd invoice for you, not buy a new gilet, and then actually just put it towards something else at the moment, like food.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
that 50, 60 quid would get me a whole chicken.
Damn.
Yeah. And
Or a turkey. To be fair, you can get a really good turkey.
Clearly, Corey's been busy with the hotkeys today. I'm impressed by the
it's
new
the game
sounds.
show.
I'm just messing with what's already here.
I'm impressed with the new sounds. Who's
That isn't what I think it is.
Oh, I'm not even hearing any of this.
It's incredible. He's got the Minecraft Steve Payne sound effect. He got Crash Bandicoot.
Right. Anyway,
Metal Gear Solid stealth detecting alert.
cheese ice cream is a thing.
Who came up with whose hotkey library is this?
This is a game show.
Group free gaming radio show.
If you're listening, hold tight. Like, what was that?
Right. So
Mad respect. I love your soundboard.
I mean, Pac-Man looks like cheese.
there's an
Is he
ice
made
cream
of cheese though?
called Cosizo ice cream. I don't know. I might have butchered that word. But it's from it's a Filipino ice cream flavoured and prepared using cheddar cheese.
Cheddar.
Nice.
It is.
Well, hang on, isn't cheddar made in cheddar?
It is one of the most common ice cream flavours
Yeah.
of traditional sorbets ice cream, usually dyed bright late, and is commonly served with scoops of I don't know what that is, vanilla and chocolate ice cream.
Surely you could just get like frozen cheese and just chuck cheese in your freezer and be like, this is cheese ice cream. It might be a bit hard to serve. It's not exactly soft serve ice cream, but I can see that being a possibility.
I think we need to get that on the show. This
frozen cheese.
I don't know. Are you good at reading, Tom? Can you read?
I can read to
This
a degree. Let's come over to. Mike
semi-hard is a good way to describe a lot of things, isn't it?
This is
semi-hard. Yeah, you could say that with something like cheese.
This is the ice cream. I can't say that word though.
Queso.
Or
queso. Queso.
Yeah,
queso.
Ice cream.
I would say.
So would
It'd
you
be like quesadilla.
would you
I've
eat
not had a good queso
cheese
in a long
ice cream?
time.
Queso.
you know
cheese.
I think if you do that, if you and Tom Dye end up doing that dog biscuit show,
Oh, Tom,
if
you know what we
get
should
me on
do?
there, I will eat the cheese ice cream. Yahoo! Exactly.
We should definitely have a demon social at Bodega. They do some mean quesadillas.
I don't think I've actually been to Bodega before.
It's really nice. It's not too bad as well. They do like a tapas thing.
Oh, I do love a bit of tapas when possible. I think the last time I had it was at some Greek restaurant in Bournemouth.
So if you head over to Demon FM, you can now answer the poll. Would you eat cheese flavoured ice cream?
Yeah, is this on our Twitter page?
This is on our Twitter. Also, I'll read some of the early tweets. We had a moment of madness. Then we had I thought this tweet, whoever tweeted this was quite nice. On behalf of all Demon FM, we would like to thank Lord Alec Jackson, former chairperson and head of Dream Visual Media, for his contributions to the Society of Opportunity over the last 5 years. That was really sweet, whoever
Isn't
wrote
that a
that.
nice
I'm going to
post?
like that. Who wrote that, Manny? Did you write that, or was that...
I think you wrote that,
Did you
Tom.
write that?
I did. I wrote a compliment to myself on Demon
Yeah, but it
FM.
looks like he's died.
In tribute to Lord Tom Alec Jackson.
What I'll do, I'll respond to it saying thank you.
That's fantastic.
It does look like a memorial post now that Maddie mentions it. Yeah.
The only thing that's missing is for them to
Can
say.
you edit a
it's-
tweet?
The only thing that's
And bear in mind, you've only been chairperson for
can.
what? Tom, you were only chairperson for like less than a year. You've been involved with Demon for 5 years, yeah, but like...
I've been chairperson for 5 years.
5 years. You've been what chair?
I've just been the shadow chairperson for 4.5.
Oh, fantastic. I think the only thing missing from this tweet is for them to say at the start, it is with a heavy heart that we tell it, or it is with great sadness that we say that's how they start all of those sorts of... Yeah, exactly, yeah. Big
It's the word contributions, isn't it? That makes you sound dead, doesn't it?
Well, it's, yeah, or if it's like a knighthood or something, like that was where the word contributions comes up, or if it's like for an award, or if you're getting an MBE or something. Is that next on your
Lord
agenda?
Thomas Jackson, MBE.
Is that next on your agenda, Tom? You've got a lordship. Now are you coming after the MBE?
Actually, he wants a P.
To be honest,
he wants a doctorate.
Yeah,
PhD.
Dr. Cheese.
I would like...
That would be a title. Dr. Cheese, PhD, MBE, OBE. What does OBE actually stand for? MBE is member of the British Embassy, isn't it?
OBE is like...
Order of the British Empire?
Something like that.
Order of the British Empire. I think MBE might be British Empire as well. Yeah, it is. My mistake.
Member
Not
of the Order of the
Mem-
British Empire.
So an MBE and OBE is just the same thing.
What are your thoughts on Empire, Tom?
Empire magazine is quite a good magazine. It's very entertaining. My opinion on empires... Do you really need like a god king? I feel like if I was an emperor though, I'd have a very hard time giving away parts of my empire.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you was born being told this, Tom, God chose you to rule the world. You're an emperor.
Neat. I'd be like, oh God. Actually, no, I won't.
And like from my point of view, that seems
Cheers,
ridiculous.
God, mate.
Cheers, God.
But
Thanks for that.
so,
Thanks, mate.
so from
Appreciate it, Top G.
my peasant point of view, that seems ridiculous that would happen to someone. But if you've been born into it, and someone's like, you've got all these nice things, everyone's serving you, I feel like that reinforces the idea of you being a god king.
The thing is, if you're told something from... I don't know. I
What's
thought
that?
that was going to be a God
I've
King
no idea.
reference or something. But the thing is, if you're told something from a very early age, like if you're told from like 1 year old that you're destined for greatness and that you're going to change the world, I mean, some parents do say that to their kids. But if you're told that and you've got like you're surrounded by this, like whether it's money, power, whatever status, then that just reinforces the idea. So I think if I were told from a young age that I'm going to be a God King, and I'd go through like whatever God King training is
At what
required
age,
of
though?
me.
I have a really
Like, no, he's
interesting
born. He's heir to the
fact.
throne.
Yeah, but which age would they start telling you this?
I think
They'll
like,
tell you they're born.
as from but I think if they train me from like a few years, like 5 years old, like that's where the God King.
Well, as soon as he hits one, as soon as he's one, he would be told, he'll be treated differently to the boys.
as soon as he hits what now?
one. As soon as he hits,
What about
As soon as he
17?
hits-
Is there a 17?
17.
There is. I thought it was just
Yeah.
1 to 9. I would love to hear Maddie's interesting fact before
Yeah,
that
so-
goes too.
sorry, did I cut
deviated.
you off, Maddie?
Well, bear in mind, this is a bit.
I
of a-
love cutting
this is
you
a
off.
this is a tomato fact.
Tomato fact inbound?
Tomatoes are fruit.
Yeah,
That was a very fun.
that a fact?
you tend to eat them with
Tom's
cheese and
Electronics on Demon FM.
Oi, oi, hold tight, Tom's Electronics crew, if you're listening in.
anyway.
Your fact.
Corey's
Yes,
found
my
my
fact.
hotkey box.
Demon FM.
I apologise, viewers,
So-
listeners.
Did you know that tomatoes used to cause lead poisoning?
No, I didn't.
Tomatoes.
Tell me more.
So, a brief history about tomatoes. The tomato was introduced in Europe in the 1500s.
Because it was brought into Europe from
Yeah.
somewhere else, wasn't it?
When the
America?
Spanish conquistadors brought back them from Macedonia,
Oh, there you
or
go.
Mesoamerica. Because the tomatoes are so acidic, they were placed upon European pewter plates.
What is it?
Pewter. So,
Pewter.
like, pewter. So it's like the fancy metal that people used to eat off of. Yeah, those
Pewter. Oh, these, like metal plates.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
metal plates, basically metal plates. So they used to get cooked, eaten, everything. They used them for that.
So tomatoes were put onto them
Yeah.
to eat.
The acid would cause a great amount of lead in the pewter to leak into the food. So,
Oh.
because the tomatoes are so acidic,
Yeah. Oh, indeed.
they would just leak, and then you'd end up eating.
So that juice would sort of fuse in with some of the lead, and that would cause lead poisoning.
Yeah.
Resulting
Damn.
the resulting increase of lead poisoning led to tomatoes being blamed for causing sickness and death. Now, interesting fact: have you watched Lord of the Rings?
I have.
What's a ring?
Well, have any of you guys
I have.
have any of you
watched it
guys
once,
watched
the whole series?
Return of the King?
I have watched Return of the King.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
it's,
you know
it's
that very
basically Return of the King every time Tom enters the room, isn't it?
God, this does
Stop
not need
it.
to be a
Stop it.
suck off right now. But anyway, you're aware of the scene where Pippin is singing in that great hall. It's an amazing moment. Boromir,
What was he singing?
he's singing a song, Tom. Boromir's off to like fight the shadow of Sauron, and his dad is eating tomatoes on a pure
pewter.
plate. Now,
I just look across and the boys are just staring at me. I'm like, oh my word, what's going
no, in
on here?
Return of the King, as Pippin is singing, for Denth, whatever his name is, I can't remember. The guy, Boromir's dad, he's eating, he's explicitly eating tomatoes off this plate, to show his descent into madness. But yeah, fun fact.
Yeah.
That is actually kind of interesting.
Talking of a descent into madness, I think Corey's going crazy on the hotkeys currently.
That is good. You know what? Just for that, Maddie.
Fact of the day. Now,
It's quite an interesting fact, actually.
what do you think of tomato mead?
Tomato mead.
That would just be,
Be nice and sweet.
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of tomatoes as it
Also,
is.
we met
Just
someone
some
who
honey
makes
ketchup.
mead.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Conadelia.
No.
No.
Did you meet the boys at Lime Bay?
We know you're listening.
Fonadelia.
Connor. We know you're listening, Connor. Come back to us, Connor.
Connor, bring us some mead
Bring
now.
us some off-fjord mead, Connor.
You don't have to come on the show, just bring us the mead.
Did you meet the Lime Bay Winery gang?
No, we didn't.
We did meet the
Funny enough,
the
it's someone
founder of
that
Nidhogger, though.
it's funny enough, someone that works at DMU.
Yeah, we met someone at DMU today, and
And it was really odd as well, because I just sort of came on the left turn. I was like, "Oh yeah, Tom does mead and cheese." And he's like, my God, mead and cheese,
Mead and cheese.
mead and cheese,
Mead and cheese.
mead and cheese. I make mead.
Mead
And I was like,
cheese.
"What?" Yeah, I find it too sweet in the shops, so I make it myself. And I was like, "That's not a bad idea."
Yeah, a mate of mine back in Devon tried to make his own mead, but I think he had some like issues with the mead yeast, and then it caused it to go really.
Mead yeast.
Yeah, it was something like that, but it caused the mead to not really be that sweet, and it sort of made it sort of taste a bit more sour to drink.
The mead got an infection from the yeast.
I'm not really
His
sure how it
mead
all went.
had a
but
yeast infection, is what
yeast
you're saying.
infection.
it was something to do with the yeast. It was either off or something. Wow, indeed.
I got arrested once for yeast.
For yeast.
Well, what
I
happened
get
was...
arrested for... What, did you just have it on you? Like, you've done for possession. You're coming with me, sunshine.
So, it's a really funny story, actually.
Exactly that. You've been spotted.
It was December. It was not December last year, the year before, when it was after I just started this show, and I went to France for a bit to buy yeast, because I was talking to Corey about making mead, and he was like, "I'll get some French yeast because it's the best."
So you went all the way to France for it?
Well, I was going to France just to Calais anyway, and then so I went to this little shop in a town called Vajuna, and I got loads of yeast. Like I got like 2 bags, like 4 of these sort of size of bags.
Oh, so quite big. This
Yeah,
is
like
sort of
tons of yeast, because I didn't know how much.
Couple feet
Yeah.
worth of bags.
Yeah, so it's
These are chunky bags.
like a metre long, half a metre long bag full of yeast,
Mm.
and obviously I got about 4 of them, and I stuck them in the car, and obviously driving back, I got stopped by border force.
Yeah. What then? They stopped you for the yeast?
So they looked in the car and was asking why you got this and that. Oh, yeast. And I was like, well, I'm do a show
Yeah.
called Mead and Cheese, and it was only
Sorry,
just
when
started the
was
show in 2021, and
Wait, no, where?
And-
Where? What border force?
in Calais.
We've never been to Calais.
I have, and
Yeah, not in 2021.
yes, I did. You was away at your parents. Anyway, so can I finish my story? So I am on the border force with this yeast, and they're saying, why you got all this yeast? Well, it's to make mead. And the guy says, well, it's not to make mead, because you don't need that much yeast to make mead. You need a little bit. And I had to ring Corey and say, hey Corey, can you talk to this border force agent to say that I do a show called Mead and Cheese, because he's
You had to get Corey in to say, like, as a third party witness? Or?
Well, yeah, because he didn't believe I did a show called Mead and Cheese. He didn't believe I made mead. He said he thought I want to search all these bags, and to search them they have to like rip it open and get rid of it all.
yeah,
So I
to
ring
get rid of all the yeast.
Corey, and Corey is on the phone to this border force agent, and he's on speaker. So I'm like this, and Corey goes, "Bonjour, bonjour." Bonjour! Oi, oi! And I'm like, Corey, I'm in a bit of a situation, mate. I am being. These guys want to look at all this yeast. I've got a bit too much.
croissant!
And then Corey persuades the border force soldiers to let me through into the UK by saying, what did he say?
Let him through!
Oh my word.
And so-
Next to me!
I swear we're gonna get like. We're gonna get
I
sued.
surrender!
Oh my god! And he said that, and this, he did say something along them lines. And
I know King Hugo!
this guy, this border force guy, was really confused.
It's Dauphin. The Dauphin.
So he opened
Hugo.
up one, sort of like put his finger in it and
That's
looked
Prince.
it around, and then
Yeah.
on his way. So they let me on the ferry. But the worst thing, what happened on the ferry, because obviously I went out and I wanted to, because it was all the grains were falling out.
Oh no!
Yeah,
How
so
it's not
they
like you could
put
not like you could get another bag.
So I took one of the bags, onto the outside bit of a ferry where you can stand.
Oh yeah, like the decking and all that.
So I took 2 of the bags out to try and fix them because one had like ripped, and I'm trying to move it into one. And then this seagull comes down, swoops down, and you would not believe it, takes the whole bag of yeast.
But by any chance,
the entire bag.
By any
and then
chance-
another one, it just went. It didn't fly off. It went straight into the water.
by any chance,
and
was
the
a
seagull
mere
drowned.
at the end.
Stop it.
Oh man, that was.
Was a
that
mere by the end. At the end of that.
And do
at
you
the end
know?
of that.
And do you know what happened next? A shark
Yeah.
dived up and ate the seagull.
Yeah.
And it was crazy, and that shark would have
Shark
exploded
came
because too much yeast. So we only had 3 bags of yeast to give Cornelia, didn't we, when we got back to UK?
Unfortunately,
Who the hell's
yeah.
Cordelia? I'm still confused at the beginning of that.
Cornelia,
But yeah, that's our story about yeast.
I'm wondering how much of it. When I heard about the shark, I was like, "Is this a true story?"
No, it is not a true story. This was our segment, Spot the Lie. Everything I just said was a lie.
Everything.
Everything.
You lose.
I didn't even go to Calais. But Calais is nice.
And I didn't do a very questionable French accent.
These do not reflect or represent our views on Demon FM here, by the way, folks. You can stop typing letter to Ofcom. We do apologise. Well,
We do surrender,
I
just
cer-
like
I
I
cer-
did in Calais.
I really want an Ofcom complaint. Like, someone please complain about.
Okay, scratch that. We don't apologise. I do. I'm not gonna.
If you complain about us as an Ofcom, that means we'll get more listeners, won't we?
I
No.
think so, yeah. We'd become like national heroes.
Edgy.
They say
Yeah.
that no publicity.
We'd
is bad
say that the woke
publicity.
left is trying to put us down.
That lefty Tom Gibbs, that lefty lawyer Tom Gibbs is trying
But
to
he's not
shut
a
down
lawyer.
free speech on
You're
meat
my
and
lefty,
cheese.
but go on.
Right.
So what are you, Tom?
I'm
You part of the cheese party?
cheese, grommet.
Yeah.
I do love a bit of cheese.
Wensleydale.
I've been considered becoming the Prime Minister.
I'd vote for you for PM.
Yeah.
There was someone that ran for MP for my local region at home back in Devon.
Yeah.
They weren't part of any like party, they just independently ran. It was a guy from my village called Steve Cotton. I don't know if
Steve
people know-
Cotton.
Hold tight, Steve Cotton. But he's known as the grumpy landlord in like the West Country.
Yeah.
You can just, if you go to like somewhere, just type the grumpy landlord, it'll probably come up. But he ran for MP in our local area. I put my vote towards him, and he got like 500 votes. I absolutely love him. He absolutely represents every kind of like sort of positive energy that I want to have in my life. Because the video comes out where the poll results are being revealed, and then the lady goes like, "Oh, in last place with 500 and something votes is Mr. Steve Cotton." And he goes, "Yes!" It's absolutely incredible. There's such like positive energy coming from that man. And yeah, sorry, that just
It's a
just
shame that
reminded me
it's
of
a
that.
real shame that
He's
independents
Steve
that run
Carter.
don't get more support.
He's
Yeah,
Steve
it's like
Carter.
Lord Buckethead, you know.
Oh, I love
did
that
he wear a
man.
pirate hat?
Did what Steve? Good old hold tight, Steve Cotton.
Yeah.
He might. He does
Listen.
love his dress up.
Lord Buckethead, yeah, is amazing.
That's it.
I love
the
his
man.
war with Lord
I want to see
Beanhead.
Steve Cotton now.
Steve
That's the
Cotton.
Should we invite him on to Mead and Cheese?
I'm sure he would love to come.
This
on
guy
these
looks.
days.
This is Steve Cotton.
That's
Ah.
Steve Cotton. Hold tight, Steve Cotton.
Hey, I'm
So-
sure I've seen him before.
He has a cat. Okay, I'm fully on board with this.
This guy looks cool. I bet he drinks mead.
I reckon he would if you gave him the chance. Let's just. Yeah, this is the guy.
So he's actually a pub
Steve
landlord.
Cotton. He's
then, yeah.
actually a
Yeah.
pub landlord. He owns a pub near.
And there's a
Where I
cat.
live.
Would he wear the pirate hat in Parliament?
I
I would
reckon-
expect him to.
I do hope he would. He's an absolute.
It suits him really
Legend.
well, though, doesn't
So
it?
you only got five.
I've played.
There's
at
not
this
many
piano
guys
that
who could
he's
pull
set
off a
up.
pirate hat, but he
I don't
does.
play it very well, but I've played at it.
Like, honestly, I agree with you there. I would have voted for him.
Steve Cotton. Like, you see, I voted for Steve, and I'd vote for you if you ran
Yeah.
for PM.
Yeah.
Or ran for MP. You got to get. Do you have to get MP first? Is that how it works? I don't know how.
You've got right to be
Yeah,
Prime Minister.
Yeah, you do need to be an MP.
You've got to be the leader of a party. Well, traditionally, you've got to be the leader of the party who has the most seats.
Ah.
So Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak were both leader of the Conservatives, makes them
Oh,
Prime
'cause
Minister.
they were voted in, weren't they?
Yeah. So you don't actually in the
For
UK.
lockdown, the irony.
in the UK, you don't actually vote for the Prime Minister. you only vote for your MP, which then the lead, and then that party would have a function to vote the leader, and that leader becomes the prime minister. So
what if you won? What if the majority was independent candidates? Then would
So
there
they
be?
could vote for a prime minister amongst themselves.
Yeah,
And they'd vote for Lord Tom Alec Jackson, of course.
That's a really good question, because that's, again, it's in our system, it's unlikely to happen. But if it did happen, all of them MPs would have to work together to figure out who was the leader.
Why don't we have a look at the Isle of Man government? Because I'm pretty sure most of their members of parliament are independent.
Yeah.
Are they part of the UK, or are they their own separate
their own
nation?
thing.
They're a crown dependency.
Have they got their own currency, or do they use
They
GBP?
use the Manx pound, which is
Isle of Man government.
in parity with the British pound.
Right.
Mm.
Because I'm really interested, because basically, I've been reading a book about British prime ministers at the minute, and in the olden days, it used to be
In the olden days, back when you were around, Ryan.
back in the 1880s and 1780s, when Ryan was in Parliament. It used to be the Whigs, and I think it was another party. But basically, the way you would
So the Lib Dems and the Tories, because the Tories have always been around, unfortunately.
right,
And they've always won wigs.
Yeah.
Especially Boris
I think it
Johnson.
was the Liberals and the Whigs.
No. It was the Lib Dems used to be called the Whigs because they would wear wigs.
Yeah,
Do you wear wigs,
Do I wear? No, I don't wear wigs.
Corey?
but
Do you wear wigs?
But most people in Parliament were too
only
afraid
on
to speak.
Tuesdays.
They were too
No,
nervous.
do you wear wigs?
Only on
so
Tuesdays.
the way they'll
Have
pick
you not
prime
seen that?
minister was he's confident enough to talk in the House of Commons, because so many MPs were not confident enough to talk.
No, so it's just whoever spoke up the most convincingly. Was that how they?
Yeah, like had
Here's another thing I've just realised is that, you know, in government, when they have when they're voting on, or they have someone do a cool speech or something,
Yeah.
and they have their papers and they wave the papers around like why do they do that? What is that? And
it'll
why
probably
do they
be some
do it?
like old tradition, isn't it?
It's a white people problem.
Why?
Right.
Just waving
So-
paper around.
I'm looking at the Manx Parliament right now.
The Isle of Man Parliament.
And the House of Keys, which is like their comparison to the House of Commons, has, as you can see, 21 independents, 2 Manx Labour, and 1 Liberal.
Well, that is majority independent, actually, isn't it? Looking at it, yeah.
So who is the head of the Isle of Man government?
There's a guy that I knew from first year of uni that went to that lived in the Isle of Man. It was a bit of a staple about his character, because he would bring it up quite a lot, but I've got no clue where he is anymore. He stopped messaging me.
It's like me being Welsh.
This guy talked about Isle of Man more than you talk about Wales.
So the president of the Isle of Man
I think the president.
is Lawrence Skelly, an independent.
I thought you were going to say Lawrence Fishburne for some reason.
If Lawrence Fishburne was the president of the Isle of Man, I would go there so much more often.
An independent, and he's the head of the Legislative Council. And then the Speaker is the leader of the House of Keys, who is
Juan Watterson.
And Juan is also independent.
Hold tight, my man, Juan. But yeah, I've got no clue, because this guy I hadn't seen since first year of uni. He lived in the Isle of Man, and apparently there's not many people that live there.
So I just read
There's at
about
least
the paper
5.
thing.
There's at least however many of the members of Parliament. It's 35.
But I think so. The paper thing apparently just comes from.
Yeah, like the paper waggle.
Yeah, it comes from basically Parliament's quite boring. And if you were to sit there all day, you'd be bored. So what they did, they waggled the paper to show support and go here, and that's apparently here.
Why don't they just clap? Like,
I'm not sure, but apparently
they don't
it's
want to
also
use their hands.
it's also to waggle the paper is to also try and get attention from the speaker to be invited to speak. This is what.
So instead of putting
Cora
their
was
hands
telling
up and
mine.
waiting like normal good children.
Yeah.
wave their papers around like little kids, going like, "Mum, look at me."
It's
look
like
at
those
me."
guys who like.
I mean, that's what makes
click
more
at
sense now, why the
waiters.
Tory party's the way they are.
Honestly, not wrong.
So yeah, to go back to the earlier question though, if we had a majority independent government in the UK, I imagine they would just pick their favourite independent to be prime minister.
Yeah.
Vote for Steve Cotton, the grumpy landlord.
And
He's a legend.
if you were in the 1780s, like Ryan was, that person would be the person who could speak the most confidently because most people were too shy to speak.
And had the best wig.
So we would have a good run, you know.
Do you think Ryan the 80s guy hair is a wig?
No.
No.
Yeah, but it's always like so covered
Maddie,
up.
shut up.
What?
I know that he's like 67, but
Well,
that doesn't mean he wears a wig.
I think he uses gel because he gels his hair quite a lot.
Ryan, if you're listening, what's your hair routine, mate?
Where you get your wigs from, boy?
That's true. But no, I think I've used... The only time I ever have hair product in my hair at all is when people put it in for me. So when I have my hair cut at like hairdressers or something, and sometimes they just like put stuff in my hair to make it like form up or whatever. I don't know how it works.
I put product in, I think it was a week ago or the week before. I was playing a role in a film.
Was that shampoo for chance?
No,
that doesn't count as a product.
Obviously, I shampoo
washing
my hair.
No, Corey just washes once a year.
Yeah, just in the local drain.
Yeah.
Just in your mum's sink. But no, I don't put product in my hair a lot, but you know,
I don't see the point.
for this role,
I'll be
I
honest.
thought this guy would have his hair slicked back.
Yeah, but you'd have it sort of all like gel. Like,
Yeah.
that was a weird sound effect.
I was playing a
More
creepy man in a suit. It was for a film called Obsession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And,
that's-
you know, being cast in a film called Obsession has been my dream for at least a year.
Obsession. Was this a local production then?
It was
Obsession.
a local film.
Yeah, I
made
was in
by-
it actually.
Were you?
No,
Yeah.
you weren't in it.
Yeah,
No.
well, yes, I was.
No, you weren't in it.
You was in it.
Are you trying to gaslight me here?
You were in a different film called Obsession.
Was I now?
You were in Obsession 2022. I'm in Obsession 2023.
Corey's got such an obsession that he found another filmmaker making a film called Obsession with a similar story structure.
Also a student at DMU.
Yeah.
Or Disney got a hold of it so soon that they decided it needed another remake. Am I right?
What was the
Really
character?
going on about remakes,
Lou's in
aren't
it
they?
though.
Yeah.
Lou plays the main character.
The Obsession or the
Yeah, Lou,
Obsession
yeah.
remake?
Lou was in Obsession as well.
Lou's been in 2 films called Obsession in back-to-back years.
Is that Obsession and the Obsession remake?
What?
Lou has been in Obsession brackets 2022 and Obsession brackets 2023.
What was the role? Like, what was the character names?
Jed.
Randall.
Randall.
Although I think they changed it because Lou got the role.
Yeah.
And I played Suited Man.
Suited Man.
I was a hallucination.
I would have thought it was just. I was thinking, is it going to be the same character's name? Because I thought that would be very funny.
Obsession short film. I'm just thinking because I've not really been.
You see,
part
I
of the
played
production
a
for
character
while.
called Ravel
I mean, to be fair, you
Lumber.
can just get Tom to get you to play it, but
Yeah, make a film about my film.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Do you know what
yeah.
I'm doing my end of year project on actually?
Jed, isn't it?
No, so I'm actually doing a short film about clones
Yeah.
because we've got some twins on the course. So
Yeah, I met them.
I'm going to get them
Nice.
to play clones of each other, and they're going to have a big fight across the multiverse, and it's going to be great.
Lol.
That's pretty cool. We're just looking for
Hey, it's Liz.
Obsession short film. I think that it's the last time
isn't it on your Patreon?
Dream Visual Media. I think it is on the Dream Visual Patreon.
It's on Mead and
Obsession.
Cheese's
Yeah.
Patreon.
Mead and Cheese Patreon.
Yeah, it's not available publicly at the minute. It is a private link which you can watch on our Patreon. It will be out publicly soon. Got it into going. We're trying to get into more festivals.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I think we were going to release it Valentine's Day, but we pushed that back a bit.
I'm looking. Just the last production I was in was a documentary on loneliness. It was back in 2022.
All right, Tom.
I wasn't the focus of the documentary. No, I was narrating actually. That was,
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I
That makes more sense.
Yeah, I didn't have.
So you're just
much of
talking
a-
about loneliness, you're not in it.
I was talking about it, yeah,
Yeah.
and albeit briefly because it was interview focused. So a lot of I was interviewed for it as well, actually, but it was more focused on. That's not it. I think YouTube is letting me down here, I'm afraid. But it was an interesting experience because I was interviewed for it in the Phoenix Cafe, and I was also sort of asked to talk about experiences. But it was mainly focused on during lockdown because everyone was sort of confined to their homes and everything. It was about how to get around this sort of lack of social atmos. And I talked about software like Discord and Zoom and Teams to an extent about how to get around that. But it's been a while since I've been involved in something creative, and I do miss being a part of like a film or.
Well, I'm just saying,
series.
maybe doing the Masters might be not a bad idea now.
The Masters.
People want to do a Masters here, ladies and gents, but I'm really torn between continuing learning things and going out and doing things.
Well, you can always go out and do things and then come back.
You know what I say?
Yeah.
The learning never stops.
Yeah,
Even when your education does.
Can I interpose and come up with I'm deviating quite a lot here, but there's a little game that I'd like to play with our hosts.
Oh, okay. That sounds fun.
No, this is my show. Get out! Get out now!
It's been lovely being on Mead Cheese, boys. See you next time. But yes, so what have I got in my bag? I picked this out specifically.
Mead.
I've not got mead in my bag, unfortunately.
Cheese.
I've not got cheese in my bag. I picked this out specifically
A model train.
relating to a story that I would like to share at some point tonight.
Hold on. If we're playing this game, we need
Does
to
it
get
involve
some
Ryan the 80s
game
guy? It
It
music.
does not involve Ryan the 80s guy.
No.
We've got
So-
Demon News. The news is...
The
I've
news
got
is,
something
what
in
is
my
in his
bag.
bag?
What have I got in my bag today?
In your bag, you have
I have...
a
I'll-
Blu-ray
I'll be honest,
of Morbius.
I do not have a Blu-ray of Morbius. I wouldn't pay any kind of money to have any kind of Morbius possession.
A tax return.
A tax return. You need to earn money to have a tax return.
A libel and slander law book.
I do not have a libel and slander law
A
book.
framed photo of you at the Lime Bay Winery.
I'm loving the creativity. But no, I do not have a framed photograph of me at the Lime Bay
A
Winery.
deed for the clock tower in Leicester.
I do not have a deed for the clock tower
A
in Leicester.
deed for the Sutton Sundial.
If I had deeds for anything, I would sell it
deed
up straight
for
away.
your
I need
mum.
money.
A deed for Tom's mum.
Funny you should say that. I do have a song, especially for you today, Corey, that we potentially could play later on.
Oh, okay.
But that's for another time.
So
I love the creativity, but think a bit more basic. Think sort of more
a Zoom H
just objects.
6.
Objects. Just not.
A
not
Zoom.
Blackmagic Ursa Mini Pro.
that, again,
He
I'd
is
be
the
selling
best
that.
He is the best camera operator in the world.
Allegedly.
So probably would have that. A Hannah Montana camera.
I do not have a. It's not. I will say it's not gadget related.
Okay.
A
think-
Nokia
think-
X20.
Think very.
Hair gel for Ryan.
think very basic. Think very basic items.
Condoms.
A pen.
Not a condom. Not a pen.
A wallet.
I do not have a wallet in my bag.
A sluggle.
Well, I'm aiming for
A
one
ruler.
specific object here.
A protractor.
No, this is something edible.
A Turkish
delight.
It's not a Turkish delight, unfortunately.
No, because we've never heard of
I
that.
wouldn't know what that was.
No.
I'm going to give you 3 more guesses.
Something edible, and you picked it out specially for the
Cheese.
show.
It's to do with the story I want to share. It's not cheese.
Is it rich tea biscuits?
It's not rich tea biscuits. I'll give you one more guess. Think about
Is
this.
it Corey's mum?
While edible, potentially, it's not Corey's mum.
Whoa!
Is it a potato?
It's not a potato.
Is it a sweet potato?
Is it a vegetable?
It's not a vegetable.
Is it a fruit?
Alright, you've run out of guesses,
Hold on.
unfortunately.
Is it meat?
It is a banana.
Whoa!
I wanted to share a brief little bizarre... There we go. That is the end of what's in my bag. It was a banana. This game quite well known for working on radio, I will say. So I thank you all for tuning in, and I hope that expectations were met throughout this period of the game. So I have a banana in my bag, which I'll be very much enjoying later on.
Ooh, banana.
So
Monkey.
monkey, indeed. But so before the Isaac DeMay show, I was grabbing my lunch, one of which was a banana. I lost it midway through because I focused on the sandwich part of my lunch, left the banana in my kitchen sink today. No water in the sink, but I left it and it wasn't until about an hour and a half later in the day that I realised I had completely forgotten about this banana, unpeeled. It was just sat in my sink, and it had been there for 2 hours.
Ew.
How bizarre is that?
Well, you know what they say.
Oh, you banana.
You know what they say about Tom Gibbs?
What do they say about Tom Gibbs?
His coconut gun can fire in spurts.
Can
if
it?
he shoots you, it's gonna hurt.
Oh, well, that's what they say about Tom Gibbs.
That is. I've heard
I
that
was-
before.
I was sharing this with oh, let's go, folks. Oh, fantastic. Oh, Joe, I'm just looking at my Instagram messages. Joe Molyneux, hold tight, Joe, if you're listening in. Mead Cheese. He sent me a message saying, why is it that half the time I randomly tune into Mead Cheese, you're on it? I don't know, Joe. It's a damn good question.
Do people just randomly tune into Mead and Cheese, or is it just one of those things you say casually, like, yeah, I definitely don't listen every week.
I book a night off for it.
I was just casually tuning in.
It's an event in my week. Mead and Cheese.
Is that on your Google Calendar?
It is on my Google. It's on my Google Calendar. It's on my Skedder.com. It's on every digital calendar you can think of.
So
And I write it in my diary each week as well.
I'm sure Jed's listening in as well.
I hope
Hi,
Jed. Hi, Jed.
Hold tight, Jed, if you're listening in.
Jed is lovely. He let me in the cinema for free the other day.
Nice.
Jed.
What did you go see? What did you go and see in the cinema?
Knock at the cabin.
Tom wanted to leave halfway through.
Was it not that good of a film?
It wasn't the best. I didn't want to actually leave. I couldn't see very well.
What's this I see?
It's Jed.
It's Jed.
Corey showed me a
Jed.
picture of Jed.
Meat and Cheese, the Jed special. Hold tight, my man Jed, if you're listening in.
Jed.
Mad
the
respect.
Man. That was a weird episode because that was the episode that I brought 3 different instruments in. And
Instruments?
Myself,
What?
Tom.
Did you just raid the Nethercott storage cupboard or something?
Myself, Tom, and Jed had a jam session. It was great.
Oh, nice. Who was on what instrument? Were you on the
so
bass
we
or-
swapped it around, went in a circle.
I
but-
see, interchanging instruments.
Yeah, but the 3 of us, we were playing a harmonica, a stylophone, and a steel tongue drum.
Oh, fantastic. Do you know what? I've not seen a proper steel drum for a long time, and I really like the sound of like the sort of metallic ring it has. I really like that.
Maybe
It's
we
nice
should
and
bring
warming.
back the musical round of Mead and Cheese.
Maybe we should.
That'd be good.
I've got. So we have the news actually.
Oh, we have the news.
We have the news. We're gonna.
Whoa.
I was hoping you'd get the
I
demon
need to
news
get the news
thingy.
bed.
Do, 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 do.
So Gary Lineker has been told to step back from presenting Match of the Day.
He's also been told to
Is he still
step back
presenting Match of
from
the
the
Day?
edge of the cliff. Gary, you're too close to the edge, mate.
Gary,
Is he still presenting Match of the Day? I thought he was just doing Walker's Crisps adverts.
he's been told to step back.
Other crisps are available.
I'm not a
Can
football
I ask
fan.
why that is, though?
Basically,
Sold out.
if the BBC say it follows an impartiality row over the comments he made criticising the government's new asylum law. Basically, he put a tweet out. I think it was basically saying the new asylum law, what the government are putting through, is wrong, and the government has said essentially took the position that breaks impartiality, and the BBC are trying to push him out.
Oh no, that's the.
I'm sorry, but that's no.
Yeah.
I mean, that just means that Evan can take his job now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would like to see Evan take that job.
I would love to see Evan hosting Match of the Day. He's very passionate about football.
I suppose my view is his social media presence and Twitter is not the same as his job at work. You can have an individual opinion.
It's not how the BBC see it, though, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I
a
think
tough one.
this brings me to another question. Should we privatise the BBC and make them pay their own way?
I mean, if they're firing people for calling out the Tory government,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah. What?
I think so. The thing is that it could go that way, but then it could go in the direction that it is with America at the moment, with channels like Fox, which Fox is privatised, isn't it?
I mean, we've already got GB.
Everything in America is private.
That's
I
true.
mean, not everything. They've got.
But it's very. You get very.
Is it
sort of political-
ABC, the American Broadcasting?
American Broadcasting
Channel?
Company?
I don't think that'd be
Company
publicly
channel?
owned, though.
Yeah, they've got public broadcasting in the States. Let's
Really?
have a look at this.
I'm just thinking about, because the BBC isn't privatised, but what about ITV? Is that or Channel 4, like separate UK-based broadcasting companies? What's the deal with that? Are they privatised or
So ABC's owned by Disney. So maybe
half the
not.
world's owned by Disney, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
It's the flagship property of Disney Entertainment Property Division. We're educating ourselves here today, folks, on Mead and Cheese. It is absolutely peak.
So did they used to be public broadcasting? What about NBC's not?
But Gary Lineker's been given the no.
Yeah, so it's suggesting here it's been pushed out, but there's a lot of people. So
We got any? What else is going on? Is it?
Mitch Richards and Ash Hera have tweeted out saying they're not gonna. I think they've tweeted out. Sorry, I think basically there's other football people who are saying, pundits who are saying they support Gary, and they don't.
So it's all,
You can't sack our Gaza.
Yeah.
don't get. How's he gonna enjoy his crisps on live TV?
He'll find another job quite easily, I imagine.
Yeah. Like he's a big name. Like I recognise him.
We should come and get him to do Varsity.
We should try and get him on Mead and Cheese.
I'm sure he'd love to come on Mead. If we got Gary Lineker to do Varsity, how cool would that be?
That'd be pretty sweet.
We get him to commentate on. Is there a football event on with the Varsity week, or is it just?
There's always a football something happening at any given time.
Because I know that there's rugby. I know that there's volleyball. I know that there's netball, basketball.
Yeah, well, those are the ones that we're doing.
Those are the ones we're doing. I don't know if we're doing a football one for Varsity.
No, because it's outside.
Yeah. Oh, is it outside of LC?
Speaking to the mic, innit?
It's outside
Not
of
you.
LC.
You're fine.
That's all right.
The station manager.
I'm tired, man.
That's all right. Yeah. Well,
The station manager still isn't speaking into mic.
Hey, I'm a busy woman. I'm doing my emails.
Yeah, you're girl bossing it.
Yeah, well, you know.
Either way, in the US they got PBS, that's Public Broadcasting Service.
yeah.
They also don't have public rights, but anyway.
Yeah, no rights.
I don't know. I think that.
What is a human right, really?
What is a human?
Should we learn what they are?
Yeah.
Humans.
Human.
What's a human, Corey?
A human.
Let's see what the
Tom
textbook
Gibbs, I'm pretty
definition.
sure, is a human.
By the way, we've been chatting for 46 minutes.
Should we have a bit of Year 3000? Is that what you suggest, Maddie?
I think Mead and Cheese is more of a talk show, though, isn't it?
I'll say that Corey.
I also would like to listen to you.
Yeah, we could listen to Year 3000.
I will say that Corey, before I came into the studio today, I put a song onto the system specifically for you today. So if you type in "Your Mama" into the search bar, you'll see a Fatboy Slim song I put on there. Absolute tune, gem of its era. But I have loaded that on specifically for you. So.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll listen to Yo Mama, and then we'll listen to Year 3000.
I love how it's the radio edit, though.
It is. It's because the normal one's is about 6-7 minutes. So
I should make a radio edit of Doing Your Mum. Anyway,
that'd be good.
this is your student sound, Demon FM, and this is Ya Mama, Fatboy Slim. This is Mead and Cheese. So, some people that you meet in your everyday life, you just think are NPCs. They wear the same things all the time.
And they
have
say
limited dialogue options.
Literally, they've got 3 settings.
Can't talk about AIDS.
The 3 settings, which is talk about stuff from a certain time period, weird comments about women, or music. That's about it. Yeah.
Wow, indeed. I just want to say I'll take it to my mum, who's now listening to Mead and Cheese.
Shout out to Tom Gibbs. Tim. Shout out Tim. No,
shout out to Gibby's mum.
Shout out to Gibby's mum.
Yeah.
We can't believe that you carried this beautiful person
That's
for
her
9
full
months.
name, by the way.
Yeah.
Is Gibby's mum. That is her full legal name.
What is her full legal name?
I'm not going to tell you.
Why? Let's just dox your mum on live radio.
Let's not do that, please.
Is her name Sharon?
It might be.
It might be.
It might be.
Sharon.
Sharon?
Thanks for listening, Sharon.
Is it Sharon?
Sharon, if you know any
It really is Sharon?
It is.
If you
Oh
know,
my God.
If you know any NPCs, please tweet us at Demon FM.
And
No,
if
because
they're
that's
named
just gonna
Brian.
tweet saying me. I can't believe you've done this.
You are an NPC.
Oh, goodness me.
No,
but yes.
you're not an NPC.
No, here's
I
a different
tried.
gilet for every day.
Yes, I've got
Poisonous gilet.
swapping out my costume for one of three alternate settings. It's like in Skyrim when you get the horse armor DLC. My DLC is just different outfits. One of about 2 that you can interchange. I don't know where this is going.
I'm just like, I'm just still mind blown after last night, because last night was a very good social.
Should we talk about last night? Chicken was nice.
Chicken was good. I've not been to Nando in so long.
XX hot.
I did not attend the Nando's.
Corey looked scared. His eyes were dilated.
They were about
Didn't
to
eat
pop
the marrow,
out my
did you,
head.
mate?
Yeah.
Did you go for the super spicy chicken then?
I went for the spiciest option.
Oh, brave move, Mrs.
XX
Corey.
hot.
Is that what it's called? Is it not called?
Bear in mind, he
piri
can only
piri?
eat a korma.
Oh, okay, then that is a bold move. Is piri piri not the spiciest anymore then, or is it something else?
Vusa XX hot.
Piri piri is like their middle one.
Vusa's like
I assume that was
an African sauce, I believe. Yeah.
What can you tell us what Scoville rating it was?
It was about 3.5.
Oh, that's quite low.
I would love to see you go on hot ones. Oh, to be sure, we should do hot ones for Rag.
We could do a Scoville
Hot
thing.
chicken
Yeah.
testing. That would be fun.
Well, no, we
could do it with
get like a
spiced
bunch of
meat.
like.
We should
Not
do a hot
spiced
ones
mead.
version of Mead and Cheese where we get really spicy meads and spicy cheeses.
That I would get.
But that's
behind.
really easy to do though. We just get some
you down
cooked
for that, Tom?
chicken, cover
No.
them in hot sauce.
Yeah.
I mean,
Excellent.
and just get hotter and hotter and hotter.
Just get
Yeah.
hot stuff like me.
You sort of see how.
Well, we
far
ask
people
them
move
really weird
down
into
the line.
really weird questions like, why do you think you're from the 80s?
I think
You were born in 2000.
This is a
Wait.
good point.
How big is your rooster?
I think we
Only
should
in
put
Nando's, folks.
have a competition on Mead and Cheese at some point. We'll need our own studio where we slowly flood the studio,
We flood
With
it.
milk.
Flooding studio sounds
and
like a bad
whoever
idea.
stays the longest wins 40 quid.
That's a cool challenge.
Honestly,
to be
for
fair.
40 quid,
But I feel like the
would be-
taller ones would win.
Yeah, you'll stretch your you have to be stretch your seat.
The thing is, it gets to a point where the water would start electrocuting everything. I assume take all the electrical stuff out.
Yeah, but there's 40
First.
quid on the table.
Yeah, I'm not going to shock myself potentially to death for 40
I've shot
quid.
myself for less.
Shot or shocked yourself?
Whichever floats your boat, mate.
Is there a Corey-shaped hole like in your shoulder or something where you've just shot yourself for a fiver?
I've been shot by a BB gun.
Who shot you with a BB gun?
Cameron Extol.
Yeah,
My brother got shot
wouldn't
with a
surprise me
BB
if it was
gun.
Maddie. I'll be
It's
honest.
a metal one, and you know what happened was he had this dodgy shotgun BB gun. It was in my mate's.
It's always the shot.
Cabin.
It's a shotgun as
More
well. It's
for-
not like just a little rifle.
It was
with
like
little
more like
pellet.
a pellet.
Not a
Yeah,
little
more like a
pistol,
pellet
though.
gun
It's
because
just
the
a
BBs
shotgun.
were metal. And he was like, and it apparently didn't work, but he was pointing at people, joking. He was like, don't point at people. You don't point a gun at someone. And then the trigger went, and it skimmed my head like that,
man.
and it left a lump, and it really hurt. But it was only from skimming. If it would have hit my head, I think it would have been a different story. And I was so angry at him.
I know my brother when we went camping in Skegness
Oh, good old Skeggy.
when we were kids, and we were just running around the campsite, and there was just this little girl with a BB gun, and she just shot my brother.
Was Ryan the 80s guy there as well?
They allowed to go with just a gun to go around the campsite.
Yeah,
What? Just not like
just shooting people, riding around on a little bike,
Skegness.
doing drive-bys.
4.9 on Trustpilot, by the way.
Yes.
I'd keen to see what was the name of this campsite.
And if you want some real designer clothing, Skeggy Market is the place to go.
What was the name of the
nobody.
campsite? Or could we search it up, see what the actual... I'm surprised you didn't leave a review saying my brother got shot.
I mean, I
One
don't
out of
know.
five.
I would have been like 11. So.
I was leaving Google reviews by 10, mate. What are you saying? I wasn't actually leaving them at that age. I'll be honest, I don't really know who... I've left a few Google reviews, but I don't really know if they make much of an impact. I get messages from Google saying, oh, you're making an impact
This
here.
sounds like a fun game where we read Google reviews that we've all left
Yes.
on things. So
That does sound like an
Well,
I'm
interesting...
gonna get my Google Maps up and see what reviews I've left on.
I've
things.
never reviews on this on Google.
No?
You've never reviewed
It's
anything.
on TripAdvisor, Trustpilot.
Well,
It's on all the
you-
certified.
Here's how we're gonna do it then. You are gonna be the ranker of these reviews. Okay.
Okay.
Me and Tom are gonna each say a review we've left at a location, and you say which review was more entertaining.
or more entertaining, it's probably going to be yours. Mine are just generic, like they are just reviews for the sake of, not for comment. You ever seen it where you go onto Steam and you look at the reviews in the Steam review section underneath, and they're like these really comical ones, when they say like, if it's like a multiplayer game, they say, I played it for a couple hours, good game. They've got like 2,000 hours, that sort of thing. That's always fun. You get a lot of that on Steam, but not really with Google. People are a bit more genuine.
Right. Go on to your Google profile.
Yes.
And
how do I access my reviews?
So go on Google Maps.
Is it my profile?
Click on your profile.
Your profile.
Yeah.
Here we go. You can follow along at home if you want.
And if you scroll down, you can go to your top review.
Introducing following. Not now on Maps.
Mine is for the Fidel Habesha cuisine.
Okay.
I've got a number of reviews. We're going for the most... bless you.
Sorry. I had the sniffles.
Are we going for the most recent review, or are we going for the...
We'll go for our top review, yeah, and then we'll just keep going.
Okay, is it top viewed, or I've got a few that have got a number of views?
I think I've just gone for my most recent.
One of mine's got 1,000 views.
Do you want to go for most viewed? How do you sort it by that?
I am just looking for it by the view count. Okay, I've got my most viewed review. It's got 2,500 views.
This review that I left has 69 views, so that's pretty nice.
Okay, so this might give it away. Do you need to guess the business, or are you just guessing it for how fun it is?
Well, am I picking which one's a better review?
Yeah.
What I'd rather do. Based on review, what am I going to do?
So this is for a local. This is for a local Leicester business, I'll say.
Yeah.
My review goes like this. It was 5 stars. Went on a very busy Sunday for their carvery, which was previously recommended by one of the 3 of us that went. Let's just say I was not disappointed in the slightest. Table wait time was a while, but I queued up for the carvery in that time. The table was ready to sit at while I was queuing, and so was able to sit down right away. Drinks are a reasonable price. We'll be returning at some point.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I mean? Where I said It's a genuine, it's just not funny.
It's a star rating?
5.
5, nice.
5
so that's maybe one of carvery though. So
it's a carvery
mine
place
is also a 5-star review of an Ethiopian restaurant here in Leicester.
Fantastic.
It says, very nice atmosphere and the staff are very kind and conversational. It was my first time trying Ethiopian food and the staff talked me through the different options very well. I ate a beef dish called Obama, which was tasty and the serving size was massive. I was left...
You just ate Barack Obama.
I was left full up and satisfied. Overall, would recommend.
They're very, very good. My heart of hearts telling me I would go to Tom's Gibbs review.
His didn't have Obama though.
Tight. It did not. I did not eat Obama in my review.
I like the fact they said they recommended food what to have based on you not knowing much about that area. But the thing that puts me off is conversational. I do not want long conversations.
Yeah, carvery. They're just like, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I've had it. They were just because everything in a carvery was recognisable. It was your classic Sunday lunch. They had offered to, classic Sunday roast.
It sounded really reliable. They
had labels on everything too. I forgot to mention they had because I remember I'm piecing back memories of this day now. They had labels on everything, including the meat and the veg. It was like pork, beef. You knew what you were getting.
I think for my next review, I'm going to read a review I left of Big Ben.
Okay.
You reviewed Big Ben.
So you're going to do a tourism location now?
Tourism.
Yes. Have you got a tourism place?
Most of mine are just food places.
I've got a fantastic picture of Tom in one of my reviews going, beautiful and warm worth every penny. And it's this picture of Tom in the pool.
Is that the Roman bathhouse?
No, not at all.
Can you imagine that? He just jumps into the Roman bathhouses in Bath. I was offered to go there once.
Yeah, that's in Greece.
So you've got no landmark reviews?
I have got not a landmark, no. I've not reviewed Big Ben because I've not actually been to Big Ben.
Okay,
on a tourist
this is
basis.
a restaurant that we went to in Chester, and this is my dad's birthday. This is a year ago. It was a bad review.
Oh.
I put the food and the service was late. Most of the staff are too busy, either flirting or on their phones. When the food does show up, it's just a letdown and tasteless or overpowering. Do not recommend.
No, Maddie, you didn't need to murder them like that.
Maddie,
That's not the best one. To be fair, I've got one. Where is it?
I reviewed Unitemps.
There you go. So
Read
went
it.
to this cafe place and we got
I don't know what it is.
messed around by the cash there. So Tom made me write this. We got overcharged and they didn't give us any change for 2 drinks. We ordered 2 pizzas, £8.95 each, and 2 drinks, £2.95. I paid for the pizza, £18. They handed me £5 for the and then handed them £5 for the drinks.
Tom, you're breathing pretty heavily into the mic.
We got one, but instead of giving me the change, then charged my partner £2.95 for his. So basically, gave him a £5, and they were like, "Here's 1 drink."
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid a £5 for a
Yeah.
drink,
Paid a
and I
£5
didn't
for one
realise because
drink.
I thought Maddie.
That's bizarre.
Yeah,
Mm.
there was con artists in London. Do not go to that place. I can't remember what it's called.
What, London?
London's just full of con artists, though, isn't it?
This is we've got another one here. This one I went to.
because you're from a farm and you don't know any better.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is we went to a cinema.
So far
I'm not going to say which one
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Which one?
it's not a great one.
Oh, I see.
It's
that one.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Staff, I believe, manager were rude and harassing me and my friend. When we were looking at
Sundial Cinema.
a film, looking at films.
Cinema.
I did not feel safe and we left. I've been to the cinema before and it was great, but the manager's attitude is not healthy.
No, that surprised me, actually.
Yeah.
This one, I reviewed one of my old student accommodations. I'm not going to say which one because, well, no. I can go into that one if you'd
I think
like,
you should
but
say it. I think you should
Say
tell
it.
us what it is.
no, I don't think I will.
Let the mead and cheese masses know what's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe after the show went, and then at a point where you'll
we've
forget
got-
it, perhaps.
We won't.
But
It's not us saying it.
so the 3 stars, 3 stars, not
Right.
bad.
That's
Okay.
reasonable.
Some standard halls issues such as lack of audible privacy, some decent space in the studios, but no specifics are found online for how much space you actually have. It's 4 walls, a window and a roof, but I've had too many issues and clashes with management to recommend this place to anyone. I had outstanding sums of money that weren't paid and wasn't notified about this until I was threatened with legal action to obtain it. Would be 1 star if it weren't for the friendly and helpful maintenance man that services the building. He's always nice to chat to and resourceful if you're missing an appliance like a kettle or a toaster. If you're listening and I've told you about this, you know which place it is. But yeah, that was
Do you want to
that.
hear my review of TGI Fridays?
Yeah, go for it.
The sides are better than the mains.
I mean, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to read this review of Big Ben.
Yeah.
Go on.
Has anyone
did
else
you not
got a
read the
tourism review so I can cross?
I've not got any, not like Big Ben, no. I
Oh,
haven't
any-
got a
any,
tourism
like,
base.
Place-
Any tourism place.
Yeah, which is basically
Leicester
not-
Clock Tower.
Not a restaurant, basically.
Mine are all venues, restaurants, and then there's
venue.
that
A
student.
venue.
A venue, yeah.
All right, I'm going to read this Big Ben review. So Big Ben, I rated it 2 stars out of
Right.
5.
Right.
Disappointing.
As far as big clocks go, this one's pretty solid. I prefer the Leicester Clock Tower though, because sometimes less is more. Also, clock towers are so 19th century. I prefer sundials, like the Sutton sundial. Picture attached. And then I attached a nice picture of the Sutton
He's
sundial.
actually attached the picture of the sundial. I didn't know if you were playing your special little lie game or not, but he's genuinely posted a picture and it's a real review.
Yes. I also reviewed another landmark called Menlo Castle and put anything with men in it gets a good score from me, winky face.
Oi, oi. Oh, I was tempted. I should leave a review for somewhere like Old John because when I think about like landmarks and tourism places, Old John comes to mind for Leicester.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Big. What? How do you find your reviews on your
You
phone?
know what? Should we look at really savage reviews of places?
Those are always fun, aren't they?
Yeah,
just
let's
to
go on
through?
Reddit. Savage
So-
reviews.
I left a review of Demon FM.
Oh yeah, let's find the Demon FM
5
reviews.
stars. Mead and Cheese is the best show on the radio.
Oh, I think that's a lie. It's not 5 stars, only 4.
Whoa. Here's one. A 1-star review that I left
That you
for
left.
a newsagent in Leicester called Today's News.
Oh, yeah?
Was looking
Ooh.
at drinks for 30 seconds to decide what I wanted before I started getting shouted at by the man behind the counter. Absolutely appalling.
6 Google reviews for the Sutton Sundial.
It's 4.7
Nice.
stars average. That's not bad.
That's good.
To be fair, there's only like 6, so I was expecting worse.
Demon FM is apparently 10 yards from me currently.
Sutton War Memorial,
Got 4.6 stars.
18 reviews. I want to see all the reviews. 3. I want to see them.
Who leaves a 3-star review on a war memorial?
Exactly.
What were they
Oh
expecting
god,
when they got there?
I love people.
What were they expecting?
Oh my god,
Not
it was
enough
3 years ago.
points.
Okay,
Maddie, how do I find my reviews on my phone?
like most
Go to maps and then...
like most resting places,
If you've written a review,
peaceful,
it'll be
quiet,
on there.
and lots of wildlife. There is a lot of overgrown plots and that need a lot of love and attention. They look like they have been used as paths or grass borders. I can only assume to save costs or as a form of recycling. Please correct me if I'm wrong. There is there is some really beautiful. He's just talking about maintenance. That's why they gave him 3 stars.
They're just maintaining the sun. Like, that's not the sundial. Like, the sundial itself.
That's the war memorial.
It's a war memorial. Sutton
Okay.
War Memorial.
I've done 2 reviews on Google.
Yeah.
Um,
There's one of them. The Mead and Cheese one, I will say, is a genuine review as well. I thought Corey was just lying, but no, it's true. It's a genuine review of Demon.
Daydream Architect Video Production Service. I just rated 5 stars,
Nice.
which was my
Daydream's
old.
Architect.
Yeah, it was Dream Visual before Dream Visual.
I was about to say, they sound like a very solid and reliable company.
They are, yeah. They're now transformed into Dream Visual,
It'd be lovely to meet
But-
the owner.
as long as they're still 5-star. And there's a recruitment thing which is on campus. Not going to say what, which I rated 1 star, and my review was poor service. Full stop.
I think I've got a feeling. Is it what I think it is? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. About right.
Makes sense.
That's that. And they're the only 2 reviews ratings I've ever done.
Should we look at some of the Facebook reviews that Mead and Cheese has left on places?
Has Mead and Cheese left some Facebook reviews?
Yes.
I'll be honest, I don't really use Facebook very much anymore. Every now and then, I'll be honest, I use it more as a marketplace to look at things for sale than I do as an actual media platform.
Nice.
It's become kind of the new eBay for me.
Really?
In a way, like I don't really use eBay at all. If I'm going to buy something or sell something, then I'd probably use the Facebook marketplace because people get back to you quite quickly. And because it's on Messenger, which a lot of people do have on their phone, it just comes through straight away, so you can get an immediate response.
These are some reviews from. Oh my god! Okay, this is just one of the reviews for the clock tower, which, by the way,
It's
don't
not
have
a sundial.
It's not a sundial.
It's not the
yeah,
sundial.
but it is just there. Okay, it is just there,
It's a clock tower you can just go and look at for free.
and it doesn't. You can't go in it. It's just there. Anyway, this person put 1 star, and it was a month ago. Full of drunks, down and outs,
Right?
homeless, begging at every corner and every doorway. Not recommend.
Surely that's just Leicester City Centre, not just the clock tower. Like, surely that's
Yeah.
everywhere in the city.
It's so this is another person. This is 5 months ago. It's a nice place. Mostly the place is busy on a Sunday. You can find almost everything from surrounding shops. Again, that's one.
It's
That's
not
1
to do
star.
with the clock tower either.
Yeah, exactly.
These reviews just aren't reviewing the clock. Or someone's gone into quite detail over here.
Okay, so again, this is 7 months ago. The whole city centre is now a shadow of what it used to be.
It used to be something.
Unfortunately, all the hard work the council has done to improve the area has given the junkies more places to sit or target people for money.
It's not about the clock tower, though. It's just
Again, not
Leicester.
about the clock. Yeah, that's just Leicester in general.
It's not about the clock tower.
This was 6 months ago. 1 star. Great history. Shame it's let down by people around it. Not a great place to visit unless you want to be hassled for money. Visit weekdays. Wait time, no wait. Reservation recommended. no.
Do you know what he's done there? He's probably gotten a template and gone copy, paste, and then just filled in the blanks.
Yeah.
So
Again, not about the clock tower, though.
So Mead Cheese left a review of Showcase Cinema Deluxe Leicester
Oh, yes.
in 2022. Great cinema. The staff are absolutely lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Would recommend getting a drink from the Director's Lounge. They don't sell mead, but it's always nice to get a pint while you're on your way to see a film.
Was this during a certain exposition towards the end of the year? Or was that was a different cinema, actually, wasn't it? That was somewhere else. I was thinking of the Demon Showcase.
The staff in the Director's Lounge are very nice, though, and you should tip them if you can.
I went to the Director's Lounge and I had awful customer service.
The
Who
Showcase.
you didn't.
Um,
That's a lie.
Where was the Showcase for Demon? Where was that hosted a couple months ago?
Showcase.
That was at the Showcase. I thought that was the Phoenix.
Showcase.
Showcase Cinema.
Where do you have a showcase but at Showcase?
That's a good point.
So I went. Was there a showcase for Demon at the cinema?
No, we watched Puss in Boots, didn't we?
Yeah,
Oh my God! Someone's written a whole paragraph about Richard III.
So yeah,
King Richard III.
So okay, Tom Gibbs, I'm going to let you read this, but this is a
Yeah.
review about the Richard III Museum.
Should we get
Hold
some-
on, let's get some dramatic music.
I was going
while
to say,
you listen to
get
this.
some old timey
Yeah.
music on, because we're
So
going to take
if you
back
don't
in time.
know, if you're completely unaware, Leicester is most famous for being the grave of Richard III.
Whole city, just
Yeah. So begin.
Okay, Richard III.
Well, it's Mark. This is Mark.
Banged his head. Hello, this is Mark here. He's famously banged his head on a bridge while being carried back from battle. And after a visit here, you will be doing the same with your head to the walls outside this centre. Hear, hear. I see all the positive reviews on here, and I realise I'll be in that's not spelled properly. In a minority with my thoughts, but this attraction is awful. It's spread over 2 floors, but you could easily fit the things worth seeing into one small room. You walk into a 3D video show which tells you some background on Richard's life. From there you can turn left and look at some pictures with writing about people from that time period.
Like Ryan the 80s guy.
Like right there. That's not on the review.
Or you can turn right and look at some more pictures of people from that time period. Then it's upstairs to see some Wellington boots, a digger scoop, and a mannequin wearing a uniform from the German SS. I kid you not. No antiques, paintings, or any sort of object from the time period can be found within the walls, except with the possible exception of the hole where they found the remains of Richard, which is in the last room as you quicken towards the exit. Positives is a hard one, but I should give a balanced opinion, so I suppose the canteen looked nice, and there's wheelchair access, and it's not very far to walk to the New Walk Museum, which is free and 1,000 times better than the Richard III Visitor Centre. That was a poor review there from Mark, unfortunately.
I love that. The fact you wrote a massive paragraph.
Yeah, that's insane. Some of these are bizarre. We're just looking through some 1-star ones, by the way, folks. There are other.
That was pretty incredible.
I've not actually been to the Richard III Museum. I've been here for like 3 years.
I'll need to warm up the vocal muscles for sure, because I think I'm a bit slacking. But
I thought that was great.
That
What
was
about
very.
you, Tom?
That was very, very interesting.
I thought I'd give it an interesting spin. But yes, that was fun. What else? What other? Let us know, viewers, if you've seen any silly reviews. Oh, shout outs to Mum, who thanked me for the shout out. She thinks. Let us know, listen, if you've got any silly reviews, then let us know
Glad
on
you're
our
listening,
Twitter.
Sharon.
Let us know on our Twitter at Demon FM if you've had any silly reviews for places or just ones that have caught your attention.
We have another one.
Town
This is for the
Square.
fountain in next to the City Hall.
Go on, Tom.
Am I reading this one as well? This one's a lot shorter. Am I doing the same voice?
Yeah. Or any voice.
I did like the fountain. No, I did like the fountain. Before I've reached it to see how dirty the Dury. They said Dury. You think if people leaving these sorts of reviews, they check their spelling, wouldn't you? I'd love to see how dirty the place is and the water too. Or are they trying to drink from the fountain? And that's all. There's a number of nice benches for everyone, but there's a lot of drug addict, singular. There's a lot of one drug addict who always sleeps in the grass behind the benches. So it's not for me at all. I hate even to cross the place. If you had kids, better to avoid it, please. Goodness me. And then another one. Too many druggies and young youths with no... Young youths.
As opposed to old youths.
With no manners and always dirty around.
Yes, on the level of people.
Always dirty around.
Always dirty around there. And the level of people that seem to conjugate. Conjugate is.
It's spoiling it for families, etc.
Conjugate
Did
is
they meant
also
to see
spelled wrong.
congregate?
I
think
think
so.
it would be
But
conjugate.
they said conjugate, like they're an adverb or something.
Yeah, like what is conjugation? But honestly, a lot of the 1-star reviews for a lot of the Leicester attractions just talk about the junkies, but
You might get to see a mamba hat.
yes.
Okay, I've got a game.
A
Ooh.
game.
Fun stuff,
This
okay.
is called... I can't remember what we called it anyway. But it's a
That's
game.
a great name. I can't remember what we called it anyway.
But basically, what you two are going to do is you're going to start a review for a place. It's going to
Yes!
be a made-up place.
This game! Yes!
And halfway through that review, you're going to have a minute, and then one that calls, so you're going to do the first bit of your review. Then we will do a horrible event, what happens,
Yeah, so,
and
yeah, good game.
and then you will then turn that horrible event into something positive.
What did we call this game? Something like pitch. Story clock time thing?
Yeah,
Pitch intervention, I believe. Last time I was on, that was big talk about pitch
It's a game
intervention.
that is nothing like another game on a different show, which we will not mention by name,
The name of the game.
but
the
it
name of
rhymes
the
with
show.
itch invasion.
pitch intervention is a gentleman's game where you wear a monocle and we will
But no,
intervene.
this is a completely different take because, as Tom has said, we are not jumping in on your pitch whenever we like anymore. You get a minute to start your review, then we get a minute to ruin that review,
Yeah.
then you get a minute to try and set it back right.
I've got a brief question. Do you need to start it out in a positive way or a negative way? And
Should we make them do positive reviews and then we come in with something negative?
Negative, and then next round we might do it the other way round.
Okay.
Fascinating.
What are they reviewing? A tea room?
They are reviewing Mead and Cheese.
Fascinating.
Okay.
Mead and cheese review.
Okay, Tom Gibbs, you have a minute starting now.
Okay, the time I guested on Mead and Cheese was incredible. The hosts, DJ Mead and DJ Cheese, Mr. Corey and Tom themselves, were absolutely incredible hosts. They were very welcoming and made me feel extremely comfortable in the studio space, especially as they film me right now as I'm speaking to you live here on Demon FM. But yes, the show is full of fun, games and silliness, and it's a very, very enjoyable time, I found. There's a lot of listener-based interactivity as well, which I do enjoy, very much so, just as being on radio in general. It's nice to talk to people once again. I don't get to see people like Corey and Tom very often, and so this is a regular chance for me to come and do so. And so for the social aspect as well, a very enjoyable time. And as I said, I always enjoy just the creativity and the silliness of the Mead and Cheese boys. They're always very... they come up with things on the spot very much, and they can they make you... they can surprise you any time they like with anything that they may wish to say.
Okay,
That was pretty good.
that's good.
Such as...
So that was part one of your
That was
review.
part one of the
That was
review.
part one of the review.
We're hacking into it. Beep, 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 beep.
Beep, 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 beep.
Beep, beep.
We're editing the review. Who's editing it, you or me?
I'll edit a bit, then you can edit a bit.
Alright, we'll both edit it.
Yeah. But, unfortunately...
There was this guy with some slicked back hair, and he was making some derogatory comments about AIDS.
And Corey, halfway through the show, he took my card out of my wallet and he started buying things off Amazon for himself. He brought himself some curtains,
And the guy with the slicked back hair started touching my bum.
and the other guy took the card as well, and he started ordering a takeaway. He spent about £400 in takeaway.
That's a lot of money.
It was a lot of money,
And they didn't even have any mead.
and yeah, no mead,
And the cheese was plastic.
plastic cheese,
Goodness me.
and the cake was dry,
Alright.
And the station smelled.
and there was mould, so much mould.
Oh,
And it was all in my shoes.
And there wasn't enough authentic.
And he wouldn't stop talking
painting.
about his skin tag. So,
So what have I got to fix this
So
review
there,
now?
there we go. That was,
So you got to find the silver lining, as they say.
yeah, so
Okay.
you've got to finish off this review
All right then.
in
Okay.
a positive way. You have a minute. Go
So,
on.
while the conversations about the skin tag were long and in-depth and repetitive and continuous, there was a positive from this, though. We did learn a lot about the skin tag. The fact that he's not an it, it's a he. His name is Harry. He's Harry the skin tag. And we... We shared all sorts of entertaining tales. Some of them have a bit more tragedy to them than others, but nonetheless, we learned a lot about Harry that day. As for the £400 on takeaway, firstly, why would you spend so much money on a single takeaway? You must be super, super hungry for something.
Doesn't sound positive to me.
It doesn't sound very positive at all, no. But the bright side of it is that whoever this mystery... Did you get them by name, this mystery card?
Slick hair man.
The slick hair man. So the slick hair man, at least he ate good that night, you know? Despite
at least
having
the
no
food was
mead.
nice, yeah.
Maybe they weren't a fan of mead, but who knows? What are they doing on Mead and Cheese if they're not a fan of mead? Anyway, that's by the by. As for the cake being dry, I'd imagine that's a good thing, because if the gentleman spent £400 and stole your wallet to begin with, at least they're eating dry cake and they don't get the satisfaction of having the good cake to be eaten. But nonetheless, at least the slick-haired gentleman did eat well, and I'm sure that if you talk very nicely to your bank, we've gone by a minute, haven't we?
I mean, you've gone over, yeah, but we'll let you finish.
Yeah.
Ooh, very nice.
You're a nice host today.
Indeed, again, a positive for Mead and Cheese. They let me go over the time. But yes, so I'm sure that if you spoke very nicely to your bank, they would treat this very seriously, and I imagine give you a full refund on the £400. So not only did the slick-haired gentleman eat nicely, you get your £400 back.
Well done. That was a hard thing to salvage.
That required some creative thought, I'll be honest.
Would you say that was easier or harder than pitch intervention?
I think easier because... it's I can sort of I'm doing it for less time, I suppose, and when you're given prompts and things to work with, I find that to be a lot easier than coming up with things on the spot on my own.
Is it easier than us going, pitch intervention, now there's an elf?
Now there's an elf. Oh, how am I going to fit this in the review?
Is
I
Maddie
think so,
doing the
I think
same
so.
thing, or are we going to give this something slightly different?
Maddie is doing a negative review.
Oh,
of
that's
Mead
easy.
and Cheese,
Okay.
and we need to try and turn it positive in our minute.
Okay.
Okay, Maddie, are you ready for your minute of negativity?
Yes, I can do that. 0 stars. Hosts are not funny. Hosts are rude and lazy with their writing. They constantly invite and talk about an innocent man, Kieran Shea, and steals his ideas. They also break bread with Ryan, not the 80s guy. They insist that they're hilarious, and they think that the Sutton Sundial is the best sundial. It is quite clearly not the best. They also promote a band that isn't a band, the Nethercots. What even is that name? Nethercots. Also, Corey's ginger.
Okay,
That was pretty
so
brutal.
we've got a minute to try and spin that into a positive. So let's.
It's a lot of
So upon further research, I have discovered that they did not steal any ideas from Kieran Shea, and that in fact, pitch intervention was an original Mead and Cheese idea.
They're actually quite inspiring because they're innovators. And
Ryan, the 80s guy, is
Not
a
the
great,
80s guy, remember I said not
is
the
a
80s guy.
great bread maker.
he made me some bread, which was beautiful, and he put cheese on it and gave me a glass of mead. Ryan also said a nice thing, very nice thing. It was nice.
And Corey's ginger hair does glisten in the sun very nicely.
It's gold.
Yeah, it's golden.
It's golden. Like this, the content on this show is golden. Oh wow!
And the Sutton Sundial is maybe not the best sundial, but the best landmark in the world.
And Tom and Corey were so good at advising me. They helped me do my tax return.
All right, Maddie, you got another minute to finish your review.
Yes, they may have helped me with my tax return, but they don't know how to count. And yes, Ryan made me bread, but he made it with the most weirdest type of yeast, which I think he scraped out from one of his girlfriends, or attempted.
Whoa!
And yes, they think that they are original, when Kieran Shea obviously can do it better because he's such an amazing man. I'm inspired by their idiocy. Their notoriety is unwarranted, and they should really just go back to wherever Sutton Sundial they came from. And yes, some say it's the best landmark, like I said earlier, but it's quite clearly the worst.
Okay.
What a review that was.
No hate.
Tom, you won because your review is a lot nicer.
Yeah, Tom, you won.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was prompted to make a nice review.
Yours too mean, Maddie. Baby
Yeah, but
cry.
funny though.
It was funny.
I think we both very much stuck to our prompts.
Yeah, you both took.
No, I really like Maddie's review. I thought a lot of personal notes touched on that one, I think. But I liked the references to some previous guests we've had on, and the cease and desist letter that we may or may not have received.
So this round,
What about the bread bit? I think I went a bit too far with that.
I think we should give you both two different. Tom, you're gonna do a law consultancy.
You know what we'll do for this round? We'll have them play with each other.
What? Excuse me?
Not in a slick-haired guy way, but
Oh my god!
but in a Tom, you'll do your minute, and then Maddie will then do her minute.
Okay. What about the Mead Cheese official tea room?
Okay, a Mead and Cheese official tea room.
Are we pitching that idea, or are we writing a review for it?
So, Maddie, you will go positive because you were negative last round. Tom, you will go negative. And then, would it end with Maddie then again?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. What are we doing?
You are giving a positive room to the Mead and Cheese tea room.
The official tea room.
Yeah.
So there's a tea room and there's a review for it. Okay, got it.
The Mead and Cheese tea room. Tom, you are going to come into this review halfway through after the minute and say all the bad things about it.
Okay.
Maddie, your task is then take them bad things and find a silver lining.
Okay. Maddie, you have a minute.
The tea room is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good use of the minute, isn't it?
The clock is ticking.
And has good tea. It looks like my grandma's house and Corey's mum.
Whoa.
They've also got great curtains, just like Corey's mum. But Corey would know this, as he's the host of Mead and Cheese, and his mum is lovely. On toast. And her toast is lovely. That they sell at the tea room.
Right, you're going to turn whatever that is into a negative review.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
you're already halfway there, I think.
Yeah, it should be easy winning this at this
Easy
point.
peasy, we take the W.
All right.
Okay, then. The last time I had a big experience at the Mead and Cheese tea room, it was atrocious. I asked the waiter why there was no tea on the menu, instead only mead. And he said, Mead and Cheese tea room, isn't it? I said, excuse me, you're a tea room. You don't offer the option to have tea or coffee. Nothing else on the menu, by the way, just mead. And then when you go to the food menu, it's even worse. There's only one option there. Cheese. Absolutely atrocious at the lack of variety that they're offering. And then when I asked the waiter why he didn't have any more food or drink available, he just turned around to me and said, your mum. I was absolutely appalled by this. And then when I went to pay for my mead, again, mead only, by the way, a full cup of mead I was presented with. When I went to pay for it, I handed the gentleman a £5, but it was only $2.95. And so I got overcharged £5 for a cup of mead. Absolutely appalled by the service.
I've had that before.
Absolutely appalling. And it wasn't... It's all right. I had more to work with, but it's all good.
All right, Maddie, you've got to try and bring it back.
Find a silver
to
lining.
Positivity. I think that shouldn't be too difficult. I feel like Maddie's was sort of negative, and Tom talking about how it only served me. That sounds positive to me.
Yeah.
I just
You should have flipped it so he would have to recover what I started. But anyway.
Okay, you've got a minute.
Okay. Even though sells mead good.
Even though it sells mead good.
Whenever you're trying to spin this positively.
Okay. Even though the waiter said your mum, he then was mean and said doing. But out of context, it was nice to know that he was doing my mum. She is very lonely and she needs someone to do it. My dad passed away, and I think that this waiter needs to keep doing my mum.
Oh my word.
Mead really yummy though, and
I love how that's when the applause came in. Yummy.
I don't think there's a winner for that. I think you both just...
I feel like that was just a travesty of a review, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was just... It felt really cohesive. It felt like...
It felt like you were having a stroke while writing.
yeah. Well, no, I'm thinking of how people write a review. That's the lingo that they use. They don't go in depth.
I love how
they spell things wrong.
I love how it ended with mead, yummy though, and.
Mead and Cheese tea room, by the way, coming to Leicester City Centre very soon.
Okay, let's flip it now. So I have to do the really bad one, and Tom has to pick up the pieces.
I do want to put a little spin on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom, you are a local business owner. You are the manager of the Mead and Cheese Inn.
So let's get my manager hat on.
Yeah.
Okay. And Maddie has left a bad review.
Oh dear.
So you...
Someone's left a bad review on the Snowdonia National Park. Like, why would you do that? It's a national park.
It's a good point.
It's like walked up last year, very disappointed with the pathway. Like, I'm sorry.
It's a path. Like,
it's a path.
Get good shoes.
It was too many rocks and stones.
It's a national park. So I'm the manager of the Mead and Cheese Inn.
Maddie left a horrible review saying, about
doing your mum.
The barman wanted to do my mum and things like that. And you are writing a response to that review.
Okay.
In your minute. After which, Maddie will then respond to your response.
To my response. All right.
And then you will need to respond back to that.
I see.
You will respond to her response to your response.
I see. So it's
her review.
Business owner and bad customer, that sort of thing.
Maybe you're responding to the review that you guys just made together.
That could be funny.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, let's
much
do
of it,
that. You're responding to that review. You have a minute to respond to that in a way that a business owner would.
All right then. Firstly, I'm terribly sorry to hear that your experience at the Mead and Cheese Inn was not up to standard, to your standard even. I think you'll find that the standard procedure and greeting for an individual when asked when they ask a member of our staff, your mum is a standard. It's what we. It's part of the fundamental training course here at the Mead and Cheese Inn, and it's what we train of our staff members to politely respond to. And so I see no issue with this. I don't see what the major problem is. As for the lack of variety in the Mead and Cheese Inn, I think you'll find that mead and cheese, being core staples of Mead and Cheese as a brand, not just as a business, is a very important part of it. And so I think it would be foolish to suggest that anything else would be provided in a non-Mead and Cheese form. Trying to think of other things to say now. Goodness me. As for the... I was going to go on about the environment previously. As for the environment, I think you'll find that Corey's...
As for the environment, I think you'll find... and that's where he left the response. Okay, you've got a minute responding to his response.
Just looking at random reviews of places in Wales.
Just to see, yeah. No.
I'll restart you a minute.
Yeah, thank you. So, my good friend...
Oh, we're friends.
I respect you have a business in cost of living, but it is not okay to let anybody do my mum. Well, how would you like it if I did your mum?
Sorry, Mum, if you're listening still.
I'm sure she wouldn't mind. I'm very well endowed, but... I want more than mead, and I want more than cheese to sustain myself, and I don't want to be told, do your mum, as I'm enjoying my cheese croissant. I want more variety, and I think for the cost as well, it should be discounted.
It should be discounted. Cheese croissant is the Hugo special. It's gotta be. Alright, you, Mr. Business Owner, you've got to try and put things right here,
Business
I think.
hat back on.
Less of doing your mum, and more, you are a very proud business owner. You know your business is good. You're not going to put up with this. You have a minute.
As my manager hat, I'm going to ditch the hat. It's not staying on. Again, apologies to hear about your less than stellar experience here at the Mead and Cheese Inn. As is mentioned previously, though, the offering of mead and cheese, those being staples of the Mead and Cheese brand, I see this as a non-issue, and I don't see what the entire main problem of us offering mead and cheese to you as a food or drink option is. And as such, we're not here to provide variety. We're here to provide a unique and specific experience here at the Mead and Cheese Inn. As for doing your mum, as I've mentioned previously, that's a standard part of the training here at the Mead and Cheese Inn. Every staff, barman, waiter, they're all told to say that as the first go-to response. And if this does not meet your standards, then again, I do apologise. But this is how we operate here, and as a business, and we've been very successful. We've been running for 46 weeks as a business, and we've had nothing but positive responses.
Wow. Tom, you have the tongue of a politician who's gone on Good Morning Britain to defend the government's crap policy.
When you booked your stay at the Mead and Cheese Inn, you will find that you accepted the terms and conditions, which says that all of our members of staff can do your mum.
Indeed.
Maddie, yeah, I
just got stuck on doing your mum.
Yours was very entertaining. That was entertaining.
Goodness me.
I found that really fun as well.
That was fun for us, I think.
That was entertaining. Yeah. Listeners at home, if you do wish for me to respond to any of your negative reviews, I will do so for a set rate.
And if you want me to do it as well, I'm quite happy to do it.
I'll do so for a set fee. Yahoo, indeed. All part of the Tom Gibbs freelance.
Yeah.
Associates of Dream Visual
and Sharon,
Media.
tell us what you thought of that as well.
Yeah, we'd love to know, Sharon.
Brutal honesty.
I'm guessing that your name is Sharon because Tom has not said otherwise.
Oh, Dad said, are you drinking mead while doing this show? Hold tight, Dad, if you're listening as well.
We're not actually this time.
No, and we never drink mead in the studio.
Yeah, we never drink mead in the studio.
And if we ever did, we
Oh, by the way, I forgot
rules.
to tell you, there's cameras up there. They're linked up, but they don't go anywhere. So Ian was never watching us.
46 weeks.
I'll be balling.
That's probably not something we should say on radio.
That's all right. It's important. It's important for people to know that we are a secure and stable,
Strong and stable.
just like the.
So level up Britain somehow.
We have 10 minutes left.
Is that the 10 minutes left? I don't.
It must be.
And the doors are locked. I think I can see. Yeah, Ryan's coming in.
Nice and right on time.
Right, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
That's for a show on Wednesday, by the way.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, he's just arrived to do his Ryan's Records of the 80s show.
Again.
Once again, I do hope he comes.
You know he
back,
sneaks
friends.
in when it's not his show.
No. Oh, he's being
Yeah.
outed live on radio. Ooh. What a perfect sound.
I came in early because I thought, I'll just wait till it's my turn. But I just thought, why not?
Today?
I was carry on doing my thing.
Huh.
Because I know for a fact that Wrestling Boys isn't happening. So
The thing is, though, if you come in when you're not on schedule, people don't expect you, and then even if there's nothing on, you know, you're gonna have about 6 people maybe that are listening, as opposed to your usual listener base that are expecting
Which is
you at
like
a set
7
time.
million.
I mean,
Exactly,
I have
yeah.
popped into the studio before when it wasn't my time.
yeah,
Because,
no, because
like-
you came in when it was my show.
I mean, I do so as a guest. Like here, I'm not usually on Fridays from 7 till 9, for instance, but I'd only come on as a guest, and I don't intend to hijack the desk or anything. You know.
No, I mean, you know, sometimes this is a nice place to just hang, isn't it?
Yeah, especially if you just
Yeah.
sat in the corner with a camera,
You
and
know,
just casually recording.
Yeah,
no?
just-
No? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I come into the
Stuff.
offline studios. I come into. And I thought it was going to play the full song. I was getting into the spirit of that.
So we have 8 minutes left now.
What's in Corey's wallet? That's a classic, isn't it?
You want to play What's in Corey's Wallet?
That's a classic when there's not long on the clock, and you've got to bring up the excitement. You know, I don't know what is in Corey's wallet apart from just. I mean, is any money in Corey's wallet?
And then remember, if you guess what it
Probably
is, you
not.
get it.
Oh, could I just guess Corey's wallet then? I'm guessing a provisional license with Corey's picture on it is in Corey's wallet.
Okay, you win.
You know what we're going to play, actually?
His driving
We're
license.
going to play What's in My Right Pocket.
Okay.
Condoms.
Not
For your
condoms.
Oh. Is it?
Sorry.
A bit of ticket.
Is it Harry the Skin Tag?
It's not Harry the Skin.
Oh my
Keys.
god! Imagine if you saved it though.
Harry the Skin Tag's kept on a frame on his bedroom window, or on
is-
his bedroom wall, I'm sure.
Harry the Skin Tag was thrown into a bio waste bin.
No, that is a monument. You must maintain the monument, and they surely wouldn't discard Harry into a bin.
Is there a key in your wallet?
In my right pocket?
Yeah, in your right pocket.
No.
Is it the key to life, the universe, and everything?
No.
That's 42, man.
Car keys.
It is.
No.
Is it the number 42? You've got a number in your pocket.
No.
Is it?
Headphones.
No.
Is it the inside lining of your jeans?
No.
Is it a self-assessment tax code?
Is it?
No.
Kansas.
No.
All right then.
Is it an SD card?
No.
Is it a piece of paper?
Yes. But what's on it?
A schedule?
No.
Is it a 20 quid note?
No.
That paper? No. Is it just the words your mum?
No.
Is it a contract?
No.
If a contract in his pocket,
Maybe. I don't know.
must be a pretty small contract. I will not be. I don't know. Is it a review of the Sutton Sundial?
No.
Is it the Sutton Sundial?
No.
Is it Pam Hiam with the 1-star review of the Isles of Sight of Skye?
Is it a book?
It's not a book.
Is it the Orkney Islands?
It isn't the Orkney Islands.
Is it the Isle of Man's currency?
Is it something you've created?
No.
Is it my left nipple?
You have a left.
I
nipple?
wish.
Does it have numbers
You
on?
don't?
It does have numbers on.
Is it the pin for your phone?
No.
Is it your bank account details?
No.
Is it the amount of hotkeys that you've fiddled with tonight on Demon FM's system?
14.
Is it a letter of resignation?
No.
Is it a CV?
No.
Is it a invoice?
Is it my will to live?
Is it the number
No.
46?
No.
Is it a number 42?
No. We have 4 minutes left.
Is it a number 40?
This is riveting stuff, by the way, listeners, isn't it?
I will give you a clue. I got it from a business in Leicester opposite Heron Foods.
Is it a leaflet?
Is
Piece
it?
of paper. Is it a homeless man's bank account details?
No.
Is it a business card?
Is it a
No.
menu?
No.
Is it a flyer?
No.
Is it the discount code for a HelloFresh subscription?
No.
Is it a photo of your mum?
No. Thing
Is it a piece of paper from the opposite another shop?
It's
Is it a receipt?
in a sense.
Okay, so
Maybe.
Is it a lottery ticket?
Is it
No.
you can film in this location for X amount of days contract
No.
receipt?
I got it from the opticians.
prescription.
Is it a
It is my prescription, yeah.
Is it 1-star review of the Mead Cheese Inn?
So
Would you look at that, folks? It really is.
So, Maddie, you have won Corey's prescription. Congratulations. Hopefully you have similar eyesight, else it's pretty much worthless to you.
Should we have a look at what my prescription is?
Probably not good.
You plus or minus?
My optical record card.
Do you need to wear glasses now? As if you don't already.
SPH, right eye, minus 0.75.
Mm-hmm.
Left eye, minus 0.5.
What does that mean?
Means that my left eye is stronger than my right eye.
So, if you heard that again, there are free-player glasses waiting for you if you're a user and have them sort of eyes, or near them sort of eyes. It's a giveaway.
If you newsflash.
CYL, both eyes are minus 1. And axis, right eye is 100, left eye is 80.
Oh my. Okay. We found another review. Sorry.
I was that's a very much an oof with Corey's prescription there.
This is supposed to be for a forest, a park, a review for a forest and a park.
Could you bring in?
Could we please get the dramatic music back if that's all right? So I think this is a good one to finish on because it's about someone buying a milkshake that's got nothing to do with the park.
It's nice and dramatic. Oh.
You want like the
Oh, am I reading
the
this?
posh one?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let me
Right then.
let me find it. Hold on.
Warm sausage rolls.
Am I doing it in the old
In
man
the- oh,
voice
yeah.
again? As I aged 50 years and a little bit.
We went to the skills area with my son, who's 9. His friend, also 9. After a bit of riding around the skills area, we headed to the cafe for some lunch. It was 12. He's really setting 12 midday. He's really setting the scene here.
Yeah.
I've been coming to this place for years, nearly 10 in fact, and the riding is he writes this like an old man as well. And the riding is superb. What wasn't superb was the complete lack of food. Some slightly warm sausage rolls and a few pies. No other hot food available, which is absolutely shocking, especially seeing as it was the weekend. It was a Saturday, and it was bang on lunchtime. They had a slice of cake that was sickly and a small carton of milkshake. £10. Shocked emoji. I know the cost of living has gone up, but that's ridiculous. And then I had to pay £2.20 to get out of the car park. It's not worth it. The cafe, no accent on the E by the way, learn to grammatise. The cafe, if you can call it that, really needs an overhaul. The staff couldn't be bothered. They were too busy chatting about what they were going to do Saturday night. All in all, I won't be coming back without the full stop. Okay, people who write 1-star reviews leave the worst grammatical errors in there.
And bear in mind, this is like a park. It's not the actual place where they.
It's a park.
Yeah, it's a national park.
It's a national park.
It's a national
They're writing about milkshake and sausage rolls.
Like
I
there's
expect that
more
to be
of them
about
as well.
Greg's than Blimmin' National Park.
There's more of them as well. It's just sort of like I love it when people write about national parks. The best ones are in Australia. Oh my god.
So
Ding,
we
ding,
will
ding.
talk more about this on next week's episode of Mead and Cheese. But for now, that is all we've got time for. please do come back next week, Tom.
Yeah,
and we will do more of these.
Do come back, and
reviews.
we're changing our name from next week. We're becoming the Internal Enterprise of Gentlemen for Mead and Cheese Advocates Society.
Does this mean we need to update the inn and the tea room as well?
Yeah.
I'll get on the phone for that.
Yeah. So we're going to be the Internal Advocates for Mead and Cheese Society.
The society, we keep a DMU society just based on mead and cheese. How cool would that be?
But
Internal.
Yeah, Demon Mead Champions, I think we're going to call them.
Yeah.
Or the DMC for short.
Yeah, obviously that's a bit of a tongue twister, so just call it the DMC.
Yeah.
Demon Mead the Demon Mead Conservators.
And to end this week's show, we have Rockefeller Skank, Fatboy Slim.
Chew.